work example 12. So it says a sample of 40 people. So 40 people was surveyed regarding the number of hours. So this is my title. Here's going to come number of hours per week they spent watching television. So my title, I can write number. That's going to be my title right away. Number of hours per week watching TV. There you go. That's my title. Okay, the results are listed before. Then it says, what is the range of the data? Organize the data into 5 class intervals using this to create a frequency distribution table that displays the class intervals, midpoints, and frequencies. Construct a histogram and frequency following to represent the data. Whoa, too much information. Okay, we're going to take it slowly. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to enter this data into our CAS, because we're going to make CAS do the hard work and we're going to do the easy part, okay? So when we do that, if we go here, I already entered all the data. Just notice that when I put the first data that was 12.9, it came up as a fraction, but you can see here that it shows 12.9. I don't know how to change the settings, but I already did the exercise and I know that it doesn't affect the results, okay? So that's okay. You know that I put here the title of my data is going to be called hours. So this column, this variable is going to be called hours, and it's going to work like that. Okay, wonderful. So I entered the data just so to save time in the video. You don't see me as entering the data. Plus I had to do it twice because I deleted it after I did it the first time. But I want you to do pause here, do it. Now we're going to find the range of the data. So we have to remember that to find the range of the data, this is remembering from year 8, you might remember or not. Range of the data means basically what is the max number, take away the minimum number. So we need to identify in all this list what is my max and what is my minimum. So we're going to ask CAS to help us with that. So what we have to do here is go up. When you go up and you click up, 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 you see that I went up 3 times. It highlights the whole column. Once it has done that, I want you to go into menu, actions, and you're going to go to sort 6. And so sort A is talking the column A, that you can see here that is the column A, by ascending order. Ascending, remember that is from smallest to largest. You say, okay, good. And that is going to give me, you can see here, my smallest number is 5, then it goes into 5.9, 7.2, and so on. And the largest number will be the last one. Here it is, 29 is my largest number. So if I want to find what is my range of my data is going to be 29, take away 5, which means that is 24. So I found my range. Wonderful. Now it says, organize the data into 5 class intervals. We're going to ask CAS to do all that. But so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a histogram here. So to do that, we're going to go and say, okay, now I want to go and add a new page. So I'm here with my data in Excel. So I'm going to create a new page. To do that, I'm going to say Control plus here where it says, you see this plus page. And I'm going to create an add data and statistics page. And boom, this awful thing comes up. But if you go down here and you click here and you click hours, look what happens. It organizes your data into a dot plot, okay? And we can change this one to become an histogram. How do we do that? We go into menu and we say plot type, and I want a histogram. Beautiful. And it has created a histogram for us. But what the question, so the histogram, if you see here, it says that it goes from 5 to 7, this column. You can see I don't want to move it, but you can see here that it says 5 to 7, and it says that the frequency is 2, and the next one is 7 to 9, and the frequency is 4, and the next one is 9 to 11, and the frequency is 4. Wonderful. But what the problem is asking us is for 5 class intervals. That means, this bit means that they want us to have 4 columns. So we're going to make the CAS do that for us. So how do we do that? That's when this number is going to be important. So this is what you're going to say. You have your range here. So that's like the spread that you have. The minimum number is 5. The maximum is 29. That's what we have here. The minimum is 5. The maximum is 29. And we have all these columns. We want to divide it into 5 columns. So how we're going to do that? We say, okay, I'm going to take that 24 that I have there, and I'm going to divide it by 5. Why 5? Because I want 5 columns, okay? And when we do this, 24 divided by 5 is going to be 4 and something, I don't know. 4 and 4 por 5, 20 and 4/5. I'm just doing it in fraction mode. Is that right? Yep. 4 and 4/5. You can use your calculator to do that if you want to, but we always round up. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, so I know that the size of each one is going to be, because we have to round up, always round out when we do this, round up. So this is going to become 5, and you're going to see where we're going to use this 5. So we're going to go to CAS, and we're going to change the width of each one of these ones. And we're going to say that the width of each one of these one, we want it of 5 points. That's the 5 that I found here. That's the 5 that I found here. And when we do that, you are going to see that we're going to have 5 columns. So to do that, we have to go menu, and we go number 2, plot properties, and we go number 2, histogram properties, and bin settings. So 2, 2, 2, okay? And we say that we want equal bin width. Good. And it's asking us, what is the width that you want? We have a width of 2 at the moment. What width do you want? I want a width of 5. That was this 5 that we found here with this calculation. Okay, girls? And then it's saying alignment. The alignment is like, what is the starting point? So what is your smallest point? Remember that our smallest that we found that it was 5. Too many 5, so this is confusing, but I hope that you're following which 5 we're talking about here. So the smallest is this 5. That's why I'm starting. So they're saying where you're going to start. I'm going to start in 5. Okay. Boom. I cannot see anything. So how do I zoom out? You go menu, window, zoom data. And there we go. That's our frequency, our histogram. And we can see here that I have the data that is saying, okay, this one goes from 5 to 10. This one goes from 10 to 15. We can say that this one says that the frequency is 9. This one, the frequency is 7. This one, the frequency is 10. Here, the frequency is 8. And here, the frequency is 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this image. I'm just going to bring it to my notebook. And I'm going to paste it here. Wonderful. And what I'm going to do, okay, what is my title? You can have taken this part away so that my title came up. So that's my title. So it says organize the 5 into 5 intervals. Here you guys create a frequency table. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can use your frequency table. How you will create it? So you will say, okay, what is my first class? Is this one that I have here, 5 to 10. 5 to 10. Remember to use that here we're talking about hours. I'm going to put here hours of TV just to put it here. And then we can say, okay, blink, and here I'm going to write the frequency. And what is the frequency? 9 points. Beautiful. And then the next one goes from 10 to 15. This little, I want to show you. You can see at the beginning that has like a square bracket, and at the end has a circle bracket. That means that the 10 is included in this one, but it's not the 15 is not included. So I'm going to change this one because that means that the 5 is included, but the 10 is not included. So actually this one is not 5 to 10, but it's 5 to 9, or less than 10. We can say that is less than 10. So we're going to write it here. It's from 5 to less than 10. And this one is from 10 to less than 15. And it has a frequency of 7. Then this one is from 15 to less than 20 and has a frequency of 10 points. Then this one is from 20 to less than 25, 20 to less than 25, and has a frequency of 8 points. And this one is from 25 to less than 30 and has a frequency of 6. Okay, so I have created the frequency distribution table. Here we have that displays the class intervals. We have our class intervals. Midpoint, what is my midpoint? So my midpoint between 5, and you can see it here, between 5 and 10 is going to be what? So between 5 and 10, if I want to find what is my midpoint, I can do it here. Midpoint. Between 5 and 10 is going to be 5 plus 10, which is 15, divided by 2, 7.5. So it's an average between those two, 7.5. And this one, 15 plus 10, 25, divided by 2, 12.5. And you can see that the difference between this one is 5, that 5 that we found here. So I can find the next one is going to be 17.5, and just adding 5. And another 5, 22.5. And another 5, 27.5. So good, I have my frequency distribution, I have the displays class, I have the midpoints, and I have the frequency. What else do you want? I have everything in here. Now it says construct a histogram and frequency following. We already have it. If I want it to be specific, I will take this out. I will delete this bit. I can delete it here, but what I will do is I will put here in the middle those midpoints that we have here. That is 7.5 and 12.5 and 17.5 and 22.5 and 27.5. Like this should be look neat, not like it looks like here, but I hope they understand what I'm doing. And then for our frequency polygon, I just have to go here and put this one here in the middle. And when you're doing it with a ruler, you just have to go and match them together like this. Okay, girls, I hope you find it useful. We have one more example to do. I will do it in the next video because this video was long.